Ah, the 80s, a decade that couldn't quite decide what it wanted to be when it grew up. It was self-referential, outlandish, and a little ashamed of its roots. Disco was roundly derided, despite selling millions of dance tunes. And while video didn't actually kill the radio star, MTV was playing little short films wrapped around music singles, and lots of people took notice. Witness Van Halen. The band composed of brothers Eddie and Alex Van Halen on guitar and drums respectively, with Michael Anthony playing bass, and David Lee Roth as singer, frontman, showman, hair. The band gelled in 1974 and cut an album 4 years later with financial backing from Kiss's Gene Simmons, according to Biography. And it sold well, but the real success, and presumably the real money, came with 1984's 1984, which included such chart-smashing cuts as Panama, Jump, and Hot for Teacher, the subject of today's lesson. Music videos were amazingly effective for selling recordings. Some had practically nothing to do with the song itself. Look up Men Without Hats' Safety Dance from 1982 if you don't believe us. While some made at least a passing attempt at a narrative, they also provided an excuse for the band to hang out with very attractive people, like in Hot for Teacher. Roth is credited with co-directing the video, along with Pete Angelis, director on the band's videos for Jump and Panama, says Songfacts. The video begins with Waldo, the already awkward new kid in school who's terrified. And then the teacher walks in, who turns out to be, well, attractive by most standards. The woman playing the teacher with dance moves was Lillian Mueller, a native of Norway who'd already had a decent MTV gig, says Ultimate Classic Rock, as part of Rod Stewart's Do You Think I'm Sexy 6 years earlier. Mueller had started as a model in Western Europe, appearing, according to her website, in the pages of French Vogue and modeling in London. That led to yet another bit of pop culture infamy. Mueller was named Playboy's Playmate of the Year in 1976. Her website relates that Lillian went on to become the most featured Playmate of the Year in the magazine's history, scoring 9 covers from 1975 to 1999. As for her Hot for Teacher performance, a Guitar World article from 2012 quotes Mueller this way: "I was in my early 30s at the time. I was a little old for the role. That didn't seem to stop anyone." Loudwire relates that 1984 has sold something like 20 million copies, and the official video on YouTube has amassed north of 17 million views. The Hot for Teacher video also has children standing in as young versions of Van Halen members, reportedly a stroke of dramatic genius from Angelis. Waldo himself had a little help in his characterization. The boy's voice was supplied by longtime Saturday Night Live veteran Phil Hartman.
I hope you find some friends this year.
Oh, Mom, you know I'm not like other guys.
There's some dancing involved, of course, including choreography performed by the band under a disco ball. Musical ability doesn't necessarily translate onto the dance floor, however. Drummer Alex Van Halen couldn't get the moves down and is pretty much out of step throughout those shots. Mueller went on to score guest roles on American television for several years, including appearances on the original Magnum P.I. and Fantasy Island, along with a couple of supporting roles in films before moving into a new career arc. She studied at the Actors Studio in Hollywood before launching her brand as a motivational speaker.
My life now is very much about helping people, keep their youth, keep their health, and looking radiant.
She then returned to Norway for more television work, including that country's version of Dancing with the Stars. According to her website, she's published a couple of books, including her autobiography and a volume of advice on personal health for people over the age of 40, all while raising a daughter as a single parent. She claims she's never consumed alcohol and has been a staunch vegetarian since her mid-20s, which perhaps led to her Sexiest Vegetarian Over 50 title in December 2010 from People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Seems like she still has a few things she could teach us. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about your favorite bands are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.